Hello, this is our second video about multiplying rational expressions. For these ones, we're going to do a little bit more factoring. So for my first one, we have x squared plus 14x plus 40 divided by x minus 9 times x squared plus x minus 90 divided by x plus 4. Again, remember when we're factoring, we're going to look for either using the x method or factoring out a GCF. The first thing I notice is we have x squared plus 14x plus 40 on top. Remember, because there's a 1 in front of that x squared, we can use the x method. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. Again, my c value, the last number, goes on top, and my b value, which is 14, goes on bottom. I always remember b goes on bottom. So we're looking for something that multiplies to get 40 and adds to get 14. Well, I know 40 is the same as 4 times 10. I also know that 4 plus 10 gives me 14. So my two factors are going to be x plus 4 and x plus 10. I'm going to go ahead and put that right on top of my new fraction. So we have x plus 4, x plus 10. Notice on the bottom you have x minus 9. I can't take a GCF out of those because there's just a 1 in front of my x. I also can't use the x method, so that's just going to stay on the bottom. It's already factored. And then we're going to do our second fraction. So on the top, I notice I have x squared plus x minus 90. Sorry, I'm just going to move that down a little bit. X squared plus x minus 90. Again, because there's a 1 in front of my x squared, I can do my x method. So we're looking for something that multiplies to negative 90 and adds to 1. I feel like that's a typo. Okay, I lied. It's not a typo. I just wasn't thinking about the math. So to get 90, I know I can multiply 9 times 10. But one of those numbers is going to have to be negative because we have negative 90. And to get 1, I can do 10 minus 9. So my two factors are going to be x minus 9 and x plus 10. Again, those are going to go back on top. X plus 10. And then the bottom of my fraction, which color haven't I used here? Green, is x plus 4. I can't factor out a GCF. I can't do the x method, so that's just going to go on the bottom. Again, remember, if I have something on top or on the bottom, and on the bottom, excuse me, we can cancel them out. And at this point, if you wanted to, I know you're doing this in an interactive notebook, but if you're doing this on a piece of paper, you can sort of turn this into one big fraction. Because when I'm multiplying, I'm really just going to write all these fractions in a row. Because my first one, the red part, says x plus 4 times x plus 10. So really right now on top I have x plus 4 times x plus 10 times x minus 9 times x plus 10. So again, if anything is on the top and on the bottom, we can cancel it out. The first thing I notice is I have x minus 9 on top and I have it on the bottom, which means I can go ahead and cancel those two out. I also notice I have x plus 4 on the top and x plus 4 on the bottom. So those can cancel out too. So that means that on top, I'm left with x plus 10 times x plus 10. On the bottom, there's a 1. Now, if you want, you could write this just as x plus 10 times x plus 10. Or, because those two are the same thing, you could write it as x plus 10 squared. All right, and that is your final answer for this example. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. All right, my second one, we have x plus 2 divided by 2x squared plus 12x times x cubed plus 4x squared minus 12x. Now notice my first one is a fraction. I'm just going to rewrite what I had, x plus 2. Actually, let's write in black. X plus 2 divided by 2x squared plus 12x. And my second one isn't a fraction right now, but we can turn it into one. This second thing is really just x cubed plus 4x squared minus 12x divided by 1. There is a secret little 1 down there. It's always down there even if it's not written. So if you run into something that isn't a fraction, divide it by 1 and congratulations, now it's a fraction. We're going to go ahead and factor anything we can factor. The first thing I notice is we have x plus 2 on top. We can't factor that, so it'll just stay. On the bottom, we have 2x squared plus 12x. I think I can take a GCF out of there. I notice we have 2 and 12. I can divide those both by 2. But then they also both have at least 1x. So my greatest common factor is actually going to be 2x. When I divide 2x squared by 2x, 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. X squared divided by x just gives me 1x. Remember, there's a sneaky 1 out there, but you don't have to write it. 12x divided by 2 gives me 6. And then my x's cancel, so it's just x plus 6. All right, let's do the top of my other fraction. So we have x cubed plus 4x squared minus 12x. The first thing I notice is that every single one of those terms has an x, so I'm going to go ahead and factor x out. When I do that, we're really dividing them all by x. X cubed divided by x gives me x squared. 4x squared divided by x gives me a positive 4x. And then negative 12 divided by x gives me a negative 12. Remember, when you're dividing by x, each of your degrees, so each of the exponents, goes down by 1. From there, I should check and see if I can do the x method and factor x squared plus 4x minus 12. So I'm looking for something that multiplies to negative 12, adds to 4. Well, I know that 12 is the same as 6 times 2. And if I do 6 minus 2, that gives me 4, and 6 times negative 2 gives me negative 12. So don't forget your GCF out front. We still have x, and then my two factors are x plus 6 and x minus 2. And again, I'm going to write those on my fraction. They're in the top, the numerator, x times x plus 6 times x minus 2. Again, that sneaky little 1 is still on the bottom, but at this point we can turn it into like one big fraction and cancel out anything that's on the top and on the bottom. I'm going to do my canceling in yellow. I notice we have x plus 6 and x plus 6, so those can cancel. I also notice we have 1x on top and an x on the bottom, so those are going to cancel out as well. And that is all I can do. So on top, I'm left with x plus 2, x minus, slides on you. We're left with x minus 2. And then the bottom, you have 2 times 1, which just gives you 2. So this would be your final answer. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher.